Good morning, traders. CFCUV. I'm going to a 15-minute. LEDS climbing up again slowly. It looks like it's a quiet day so far today. Let's see. PSTV, that had a sell-off. DATST, that looks okay. YVR making a big triangle. SKQGB, that actually looks pretty good too. DTST I've got up there. See what's going on in the market. Let's see, DIA's rebounded some. It's a mixed market, but I don't see any big runners or anything. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Donnell. Annie is the big mover. All right. Good morning, Dope Kaleidoscope. I'll check that out. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Real Day and Swing Trading. Good morning, Lightning Rick. Good morning, Daniel B, disguised as Jesse Livermore. See, oh yeah, Annie's spiking up here nicely. But it's too late for me to this party. I'm gonna have to wait for it to do some pulling back. I'm not just gonna jump in this thing. What's my time axis at? They're acquiring something, so that's always good news. Pretty low float. We got this little triangle here. Right above the 200-day. Interesting. We'll keep an eye on that one. You got in any at the break of 7. Nice. That would have been a good entry. C2IHT is not doing anything. BLIN still holding up, but we'll see today whether or not I'm going to stay in this. DTST, they've got a partnership. Rebreak of 5, that could start moving. Very low float. It's below the 200-day though. I don't know if I want to touch that. Martha Stewart. Oh, Martha Stewart's got out of this. Martha Stewart is no longer in SQBG. So, I'm telling you, I'm not trading. This is under the EMAs and Martha Stewart. If Martha Stewart doesn't want it, then I don't want it. That's how I trade. I only listen to what Martha Stewart does. ABVC is slowly climbing. It's just got all those EMAs above it. Yeah, Annie's still ripping. I need to see a pullback there before I touch that, though. I can't touch that right now. APOP, this is starting to pop up a little bit. Not much volume yet. Jumping in here. This is starting to push up, getting some irregular buy-in volume all of a sudden. If it can break 550, it should run up to 6. So I got filled at 544. That's not terrible. We'll pull back there. This candle's fixing to close, but I think we'll start to see this get active. And there's a little... Whoa, 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 whoa now. What just happened? How did I buy? Oh, God, I got 200 shares of this. Okay, somehow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was... not good, but or it could be very good. It did not mean to get that many shares, but if this breaks out, it may work out for me. If it doesn't break out, this might hurt a little bit. Let's see, 200 shares, 543. I don't even know how I did that because I wasn't even near the buy button. How I got that second order put in. I gotta put a stop loss in here. Okay, it did get bought up off 525. That's what I was looking for it to do. I'm still getting pushed up off there. Ooh, now it's starting to push back down. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, let's put a stop loss in case this thing drops hard. Put it right under that 40 DMA. That pulls down there and stops me out. So let's see. Hey, appreciate that, Real Day and Swing Trading. I don't care what the apes say. I want nothing to do with anything that they do stuff with. Good morning, Jay Kratz. I've been trading stocks for about seven and a half years at this point. It's been a while. See any finally starting to pull back a little bit. It's been climbing right up that 10 adapter though. This candle's fixing to close. Don't you dip down there right before the close of this candle and stop me out just cause. This 525 and 530 area should be strong support. Don't you do it. Well, at least I had that stop loss in there to save me from this dump. Did not mean to get 200 shares. I'm not sure how the hell that happened. And then, of course, you bounce right back up. Oh, boy. Think or swim, think or swim. You're going to make me rethink sticking with you instead of going with Charles Schwab. Alright, gotta look around, find a play, try to make that loss back on. There we go, and he's starting to pull back finally. If it can come back down to this $8 area, then I might start looking at it. I don't like hardly anything today though. There's just not a lot going on at the moment. SQ, of course, that's starting to pop a little bit, but going to run into that 50. Actually, it's going to run into the 10-day and the 50-day. That Martha Stewart stock. Well, let's see here. Let's see. And it's got good volume. Let's see if it's going to have this dump here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to have that pullback to that 8 area here soon. Maybe, yeah, more than likely 8. Of course. Of course, you wicked me out. So APOP's still on this uptrend. Just wicked me out just to get me out of it. This thing's like making stair steps up, which could lead to a big pop. Let me look at this on a higher time frame. See, and he got bought up there. $9 is trying to hold. I'm hopping back in here, or I'm hopping in here, I should say. This candle's fixing to close. If it can, as long as it can close green, stay above 9. Of course, it's going to pull back right here in the last seconds of this candle. About 10 more there. That didn't bring my average down at all. Okay, well, whatever. And we're holding up this 10-day nicely. Looks like we may get that bounce off the 10-day. If it can continue to push up, needs to push back over this 920 area. We want to see it get off of this $9 area of support. Still testing. Yeah, 9 holding up good so far. We got to get out. There we go. Nice bid stacking. I was about to say we got to get some more bid stacking and get off of this $9 area. See, we're getting back to it again when you got to get off of it. Got to stop testing support. There it goes. Starting to drop here. I may have to get out if this does not hold above the 10 adaptive. Get back above 9. Don't like the way this candle's starting to turn. Well, 9's starting to hold as resistance. We don't want to see that. It needs to break right back through 9. Okay, there we go. That's what we want to see. Let's see. So let me see if I can catch up. HH is his power's out again from the hurricane, so I don't know how long he's going to be out of commission. Um, no, I don't. I wouldn't call this a job, but I have multiple streams of income. Like I don't have a job per se, but I have YouTube ad revenues, which is not much. I do get sponsorships from time to time. I trade cryptos. I trade pretty much anything I can get my hands on. Invest in gold, silver. Invest in real estate. What else? There's a lot of income streams. You don't want to make day trading your only stream of income, just like you don't want your normal 9 to 5 job to be your only stream of income. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, and I'm not saying that I am, because I don't consider myself that, I'm not where I want to be yet. Until I get to that place, then I will consider myself successful. But you need more than one income stream. Just day trading, I mean, you can make plenty of money off of day trading, but then what happens if we go into a super bear market and nothing's ripping, or anything? There's a lot that could happen. So you can't just only be in the stock market. Oh, I don't like that. I might have to hop out here. It doesn't push right back up because it's an indecision candle. If we get followed by a bearish candle, then that's going to lead to a sell-off back down to this 8-ish area. Gotta get back above 9 here. Gotta stop testing this support. This is why I don't like getting in plays up this high. Even though it's having a pullback, it may pull back further. It's really struggling to hold now. If this candle would have started turning green and pushing up, then we'd be good to go. But this one's really starting to weaken. We still got 3 minutes on this candle though, so there's plenty of time. Let me look at the 15-minute chart, because the 15 is what's going to be closing. Yeah, so worst case, we want to stay above 864. I don't know if I'd even hold it down to 864 at this point. That'd be what? Not be a pretty loss. So let's see. Gotta have this. Get this downtrend started. This does not look good. Man, cut my loss there. Looks like it's about to dump. Just trying to hold through that the whole 5 minutes of this candle, but indecision followed by a red candle like this is more than likely going to lead to a sell-off. REAS. RAAS. Well, it's got higher flow than I don't like. This is ran decently, but yeah, my thinkorswim is doing weird stuff. That didn't even make any sense. I didn't have any. Drive me nuts, thinkorswim. UID. Alright, I'm not happy with the way things are going, so I'm going to step outside, take a breather, and relax my mind. I don't know what is going on. This is really stupid on that A-pop trade. It's really got me distracted because I did not want to take 200 shares on that, and that ate up a good bit of capital that I could be using. So I'll be right back, guys. Give me a couple of minutes. All right. Let's see what we got going on. We got a lot of questions. This is the Thinkorswim platform with TD Ameritrade. I think I already answered that. Usually buy in the morning to hold all day because you go to work. There you go. And you got community college. You got a lot going on there. Real day and swing trading. No, I've tried multiple platforms. I've used Shore Trader. I don't know if Shore Trader is even still around. That was an offshore broker that was really sketchy, but you had good margin. I still have Webull and use Webull. Right now I'm currently holding Ethereum in Webull, but I need to get it out of Webull somehow. I'm kind of mad at Webull because they don't have a way to transfer your cryptos, and I could be getting some interest off of that half of an Ether that I'm holding. I tried Charles Schwab for a couple of weeks. That's H&H favorite. The Street Smart Edge platform with Charles Schwab was pretty decent. I like Thinkorswim better, but the reason I switched to Charles Schwab was because Thinkorswim's been a little glitchy this past couple of years, and now 2 days in a row, yesterday I did not get all of the profit I wanted because I tried to lock out, and Thinkorswim reset my TIF order, and I was not able to lock out at the top of this stock. It would have been a very nice win. It would have been like $130. That was yesterday. Instead, it ended up being a $60 trade. And now on APOP, I only wanted to take 50 shares. I accidentally took 100, but I was fine with that. But then I don't know what happened, how I end up buying another 100 when I was not even near the buy button. So, like I said, that ate up $500 of capital I was not planning to trade on APOP. So I've got enough for one more trade pretty much. I'm going to look for something to try to see if there's... Well, I'm gonna look for something that has very high probability of going up at this point, and it may be getting too late in the day. I may have to try it during power hour. But I'm really frustrated with Thinkorswim right now for yesterday and the day. Let's see. Real day and swing trading. Word of advice: don't listen to anything Jesse Livermore or Daniel B says. It is the same person. I don't know why he's in his Jesse Livermore thing today, but Daniel B is not going to give you any type of value. He's just going to troll you. Oh, Lori's already talking about that. Don't listen to Reddit. I sold. I don't know which one you're talking about on, but I had a stop loss on. And this is also why I hate stop losses. These damn stop loss orders on Thinkorswim, because the market makers always, if you're close to that support line, will bring it down and fill your order. See, I got stopped out on this damn trade with that stop loss, and now it's climbing. Oh, that's really frustrating. Really frustrating. And he's starting to pop back up after me having to stop out. Maybe it's breaking that downtrend. I guess I can take another shot on Andy. Looks pretty bullish. breaking over that downtrend. I'm going to give it a second. Now, let me catch up on some of this. Definitely don't listen to Reddit. Definitely don't listen to the stupid AMC apes. Yeah, pretty much what you just asked, Matrix. I'm going. This is starting to push. I mean, the more you trade, the more experience you get. But yeah, as far as a new trader, practice spotting support and resistance. Practice looking at daily charts and seeing where the support and resistance is, where is possible entries, all that stuff. And I'm constantly learning all types of stuff, researching new things, new strategies. Just because I like to learn all types of stuff. Ooh, if this does not push up over 909, this could be a little sell-off because that might, the triangle, or not the triangle, but the downtrend may be more like that. It's got to stop It's got to stop testing 9. A lot of selling pressure. Of course, 10 is a very strong resistance line. Annie probably has never been over 10. So, we'll see. What do I recommend for beginners who practically spend 8+ hours a day? What do you mean 8+ hours a day trading or learning? Like what exactly do you mean by that? Yeah, Lori Lee is definitely right. The more financial education you get, the more prepared you will be for whatever comes your way, and the more you'll be able to make money where most people have the wrong mind state. We'll talk about the mind state and psychology of an entrepreneur here in a minute. Yeah, I know Jay Kratz. Weeble does not have a wallet. I bought the Ethereum in there, and I was just holding it for a while. It's going to be a swing trade, but I've been getting more into staking and gaining interest, providing liquidity on these cryptos, man. There's so much money to make there. You could make $60 a day, real day trading, swing trade. $60 in the market's not that hard to do. You just don't want to. Yeah, you see, there. Look at Daniel B's great advice. Learn how the stock market works, and then learn how to trade. Do this in the opposite way. I don't know what you're talking about. I stream Monday and Friday as far as the stock market day trading. I'm trying to incorporate live stream crypto trading on the crypto channel, but I'm working my schedule out. I'm a busy boy. There's a lot of stuff that I got going on. I don't like this is sliding down. This downtrend, it needs to break. It needs to get over 9 and hold over 9. This is getting weaker and weaker, the fact it can't hold over 9. Let's see. The traders who are saying GameStop is going to 60 and all that are nonsense. Do not listen. I'm telling you. Do not listen to the people from Reddit. Do not listen to people in Wall Street bets. They are not traders. They are not investors. They are gamblers. All they're doing is gambling, and they're gambling with people who are way more powerful than them. They're trying to attack Wall Street. That's what the whole short squeeze thing is about. But Wall Street has all of the politicians' money in those investment accounts and stuff, so they are going against the government, and the government can change the rules of the stock market at any time. They are fighting a losing battle. Those short squeezes and stuff they're trying to do, especially with AMC and GameStop, they're garbage companies. Now, GameStop, of course, made a lot of money because they did the initial push up, but you don't stay off of Reddit and stay out of Wall Street bets. I'm telling you. You're not going to learn anything there. You're going to learn nothing but garbage there. Those people are crazy. Yeah, but I mean, your friend made $600. I mean, I made $600 last week on BTBT swinging it, or the week before. Like, you can make $600 off of any stock that is moving with a PR or whatever. Those stocks are so risky. The meme stocks, the ones they're pushing up. Nice. I am Mr. Ben, the guy who likes to trade stocks and cryptos and anything I can get my hands on. That's who I am. I'm not a gambler. Just because I'm taking a few little losses today in the stock market doesn't mean that I'm down on the week as far as my overall income. In case you haven't noticed, but Daniel B, you might want to go check those Tulip Mania crypto prices. Bitcoin breaking over 50,000. Oh yeah, see, let's see. I'm starting to cut down here a little bit. Don't don't listen to Daniel B. I am going to block you again. I'm gonna put you in timeout if you keep giving new traders stupid advice. This week I'm down now on this week because of APOP on stock market on stocks, but like I said on cryptos, I'm up quite a bit. Let's see, Ruben. Well, you're doing good. If you made over 200 with only spending about 50, you're doing good. So whatever you're doing, just try to work on that. So why I'm not taking anything personally, Daniel B, but you're not giving good advice. You're giving bullshit advice. Don't give new people bullshit advice. Like, you know what you're saying is bullshit. You can't say it's going to be, you have to learn minimum 1 year. That's not true at all. I mean, you can't put a time limit on how fast a person is going to learn. Everybody learns at different speeds. That's an ignorant blanket statement to make. That's not good advice telling somebody, oh, you need to learn, you need to study for at least a year. So you're going to do nothing for a whole entire year but just learn some stuff. A year of your life wasted not doing anything because some random guy on the internet in a live stream told you that you need to learn a minimum for 1 year. Like, you can't put a time. Like, everybody learns in different ways, man. It might have took you a year to learn. Some people it might take 2 months to learn. Some people it might take a couple of years. Orlando learned faster than anybody. Orlando's not been around for a year yet in the chat, and he's been a profitable trader, and he's 18. He learned pretty quickly. Don't buy a trading course. I haven't seen any solid advice out of Daniel B so far. I see borrow money from grandma. My grandma have a lot of money, but she won't support me. Buy AMC and hold for 3 months. Learn first how the stock market is working, then learn how to trade. $300 account is a great way to start. You'll be a millionaire in 1 year. After college, you'll be a legal slave working for somebody. That is true. Yeah. His second income is UFO. Daniel B has not said anything about. Anyway. Don't waste money on trading courses. There's plenty of free content out there. Just my channel alone, and H&H Traders channel, and the Framework Fortune Crypto channel, and Liam at Confident and Crypto. We got a lot of things covered, but always go and watch other people's stuff too. You know, don't watch just one person's stuff. Watch what you can, you know, and kind of see. You'll start to fill out who are the real people trading, who are real, you know, traders, and the ones who are playing games and stuff. A lot of YouTubers are paper trading. They're not trading real money. And you can never learn enough. Yeah, paper trading. Because there's no reason to pay for the information. The information's all free. Anything that anybody's going to teach you in a course, you can learn yourself online. Like, there's plenty of resources everywhere that's free. Investopedia.com. Yeah, not from Reddit. But just from being on the Framework Fortune channel, being with the community, there's a lot you can learn every day by watching me lose money. And I do Q&As and everything. You know, I have a whole playlist full of lessons that you can go through, and there's a lot of information in there, different trading strategies and indicators and all that stuff. It's not so much. Think of it like supply and demand, Ruben. If it's a strong moving stock, it's been in demand all day. It's moving on an uptrend. If it has a quick drop down, then buyers are going to see that and go, oh, that's a good price right now. That just had a cheap, that just had a big drop down that it wasn't supposed to have. So we're going to buy shares. So they buy it up and push the price back up to where it was. That's why you see a lot of rebounds like that. Or if it is a big quick drop, it could be shorters who brought it down, and then they have to cover by buying back the stocks they borrowed to sell for the short. So that's another thing. If you see a big quick red move down and then it pops right back up, it could have just been shorters covering their position. One of the two. It's either the heavy demand or shorters having to cover. God, you gotta be kidding me, A-Pop. The 550 so far. And he's still struggling right here. You can learn if I lose money by learning what not to do. I don't lose money all the time. I was just joking, but you can learn from my losses as well as my successes. I mean, if I take a loss, then you get a lesson that you don't have to pay for, because every time that you take a loss in the stock market, it's a lesson you have to pay for. So if I'm taking the loss, and that saves you from ever having to make that mistake and take that loss, then that actually saves you money when you think about it. Yeah, definitely 99% psychologically for me. It might have took you years to learn sitting there for 8 to 10 hours a day, Daniel B, but that's not, that's you. You are one person. Your learning is different than everybody else's. Nobody learns the same exact way. I already said that. Yeah, we H&H Trader, he joins me at night. We do a recap episode of the trades we took called The Last Rip, and then we also look at some possible trades for the next day and some swing trades. That's a Monday through Friday nightly episode. The live streams in the morning, then we do that episode. We record it around stock market close. I'm trying to get them out before late, but last night I could not help it. It just took forever to get out. It looks like Annie may be starting to push here as it is breaking over the downtrend. Looks like we've got maybe some buying volume pushing in, but 40's over the VWAP, 10 days over the VWAP. Everything's bullish right now. We should see this push up to 10 here soon if it can break that 920 area like I was talking about. Trying to push up there. Yep. It's not for trading, but this book right here. And there's a link in the description of all my videos. You can use it to find it if you want. Or you can just go Google this yourself. I don't care if you use my affiliate link. Just get this book and read it. This is Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book pretty much changed my thinking. And Daniel B should really read it because it would help him understand things a lot better. No, the thing with the Rich Dad Poor Dad book is Robert Kiyosaki is not some academic a-hole like Jesse Livermore or, Jim Cramer, these academic traders who think they know everything about stuff when they really don't. They may be successful in what they do, But the way they explain things and all of that, it's just like people who write books don't have that much to say. They don't have 500 pages of stuff to say. You get books with fluffer all the way through them. Robert Kiyosaki, however, is not an academic. He was a Marine. He was, why he was a Marine, he started learning about gold and silver, and he was poor. But after he became a Marine, after he got out of the military, he was bankrupt, trying to start his first business, and then finally, after failing at his first business and everything, he started really taking off as an entrepreneur. So Robert Kiyosaki is not some academic that's going to be hard to understand. His books are very straightforward, kind of like I try to be, where I try to make things simple as possible. Because academics love to overcomplicate stuff. And the bigger your book looks, the more books you can sell because you look like you know a bunch of stuff. But Robert Kiyosaki does have a YouTube channel. If you have not been watching Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Radio Show, you should absolutely watch the Rich Dad Radio Show. There is so much good information there, different people that he has on. Looks like we may try to break 950 here. But once again, it's a psychological difference, and this is what Robert Kiyosaki understands that the academics don't understand that well. In business and entrepreneurship and everything that you do, even outside of that, in your entire life, there's psychology to everything. Psychology is just the study of humans and how they act, basically. So you can see psychology in your everyday life and learn from people and how they act. Just like Daniel B. acts like an a-hole all the time, and he's always trolling. Well, I can tell, I've learned that Daniel B. has he's missing something in his life because he needs attention. He's not getting attention, or he's never gotten attention before like he's getting now in this live stream, and he loves it. That's why he is always trolling and always saying the nonsense that he says. He psychologically craves that attention. So now that I know his motive is that he craves attention, it doesn't matter what I say or do, he is going to always go back to that craving attention and saying whatever he can to get a stir out of me or a stir out of anybody. So when you know somebody's motive, then you can know how to make money or negotiate or anything like that. Psychology is the best thing you can use when it comes to negotiations. And I'm going to give everybody a little word of advice there, that if you don't know this, if you are employed right now anywhere, or you're going to look for a job or any of that, your wages are negotiable at all times. At all times. I know they say, oh, this is what we're going to pay you when you go to get a job. But if you have valuable skills, if you have value that you can show them, then you can negotiate that first wage negotiation. Most people don't know that. And every time you get a raise or something changes with the way things happen, if it's outside of your contract that you signed, because it's a consensual contract, you can negotiate your wages again. So anytime they do something like vaccine mandates here lately, a lot of businesses are starting to mandate the vaccine. Well, that is not in your contract that you signed as a consensual worker. So you can ask for more money to get the vaccine from your employers. Anytime something changes with your contract with your employers, wage negotiation. That's for a lot of you new guys new traders and stuff to something to know. Don't let anybody tell you that wages are not negotiable, because they are negotiable. You can just walk away and say, nah, I don't want that deal. That's a negotiation. Let's see. Trial and error is definitely, I mean, anything you do, trial and error is how you're going to learn more. I'm starting to wonder, because One Life's not here, with a name like Real Day and Swing Trading, and somehow I'm all of a sudden being called a know-it-all and everything. One Life, is that you? Are you and Daniel B really trying to waste more of my time with trolling double? I don't. For in case it's not Daniel B, let me address something. I don't think I'm a know-it-all. I actually think the opposite. I don't think I know enough. But what I do know, I share it. And if you don't like it and you think I'm wrong, then you're welcome to debate me on that. I have no problem with that. I'm not going to get mad because somebody tells me I'm wrong. I only get mad when somebody tells me I'm wrong, but they can't tell me why I'm wrong, or they can't back up their argument. So I don't mean to come off as a know-it-all. I'm just trying to share my experience, stuff that I know, but I'm not going to back down or get ran over or trampled by Daniel B, who trolls every single day, talking crazy to me and telling people to buy AMC and hold for 3 months, and then he sits here and talks trash to me about my trading. Like, it's things like that. But if it's One Life, yeah, I don't know if it's One Life or not, but it seems like you two pulled an elaborate plan. I guess you guys are too salty, still salty about yesterday. But anyway, I'm gonna keep, even if it is One Life, there's other people who can learn from what I'm saying, so I'm gonna keep talking about it. Now, the reason why I'm talking about psychology and all that outside of the market and negotiating wages and all of that is because it is the same in the stock market. When you are coming into the market to trade, there's a buyer and there's a seller. There's going to be a consensual contract. It's an invisible contract, of course, in the stock market, but you can negotiate the price of the stock. I market order in a lot of times, so I don't really negotiate. I just kind of take whatever the market order gives me. But if you use limit orders, you can negotiate. So if you see a seller on ask at 940, and then you have and you want to buy the stock at 935, but the bid's at 930, maybe you go up a little bit to 936, and that seller can come down from 940 to meet you, and you can get it near the price you want. So knowing the psychology of people is going to help knowing the psychology of negotiating with traders within the market. And not only that, psychology is going to help to know where the majority of traders go, because the number one most important thing we look for when trading is volume. These are the volume bars. This is You can see this has been getting millions in volume, millions of shares being bought and sold all throughout the day so far. So psychologically, we want to know where traders are going to keep coming in and buying at and pushing this up, or where traders are going to sell at. I didn't hop in right here at the top of this because I knew sellers would start to sell psychologically after this ran from 7 to 9.60 or 9.50, whatever that is. That's a $3.50 move. So, or $3 move anyway. So with that type of move, more than likely people are going to get they're going to get, greedy. They're going to be like, "Oh, I just made $400 or $500 or $1,000. I got to lock this profit in and take it here." So you're going to get some selling, and that was the selling we saw after this big run up. People were like, "Okay, I'm going to take some profits. We're taking profits. We're taking profits." Now, because Annie has been a stock with a lot of attention on it the last couple of days and pretty much week and a half, we know that there's a lot of eyeballs. People are wanting to buy this stock. Psychologically, they just want to buy it. So if that continues, that psychology continues, then we could see buyers continue to push this up. Now, if there's a shelf registration, or if Annie comes out with a common offering, that could screw everything up. And that's the thing with the stock market that you got to be, cognizant of, that your day can get ruined by outside forces in the stock market. And that's why you have to have stop losses, because sometimes, even if you're the best trader, things happen. Yeah, I've never knocked a DB or One Life for their trading callouts or their trading. I never knock them for their trading. I always say they're good traders. They're the ones who are constantly knocking me for my trading and knocking me for anything that I say. So that's the difference. I've given them respect, and they refuseth to give the respect back to me. So when somebody starts doing that, then, well, all bets are off, and I'm gonna have fun with it. So we are getting a little selling pressure again at this 950. Looks like we may be making a bit of a triangle here, possibly a little small triangle of consolidation. Well, I'm not so much bearish on Annie in that video. I just was saying in the video, I don't know. When I looked at the SEC filings, that was a lot of SEC filings for this company lately. In the past, this company has been absolute dirt, garbage, trash can company, like absolute horrible. But with everything they're doing, it could either be good or bad. It could be they are changing everything and making progress, and they're going to become a new blockchain company, a mining company that could make a lot of money like Mara and Riot. But it also could be a big hoodoo scheme to screw over shareholders, because like I said in the video, they pay their preferred shareholders dividends, but they don't pay the common shareholders dividends. So they obviously look at their common shareholders different than they do their preferred shareholders. So that was another psychological thing. Like, if they're treating the common shareholders like that, what else are they willing to do to the common shareholders? So
it's a company that's in a transition and doing a lot of stuff. And whether it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, that's the part that I don't know and nobody can know except the people inside that company. They know what they're doing. I have no idea exactly what they're doing. Like I said, I think they're going to merge with Griffin and then IPO onto the SPAC, the blank check company that they acquired. Because we've seen a lot of companies doing that and have very nice profits this year. So that could be a good thing. But they could also be sneaking a shelf registration in there somewhere, and that could end up being a big old bag of dookie. So, and that's why I'm day trading. I'm not holding this for long. I got in, got out when it started coming down on me. I'm in now, looking forward to try to test 10. But if it starts dropping back below 9, I'll have to get out again. And the reason I do that is to protect my capital. I don't want to end up taking a huge loss. Got to protect the capital. Looks like we may get a bounce off of the 9 here. Let's come back down. If we can break back over, break right over 941. We should see another test of 950, and then break that. We should see it up to 10. What is the overall market doing? Just going sideways. Yep, SPY going sideways too, so nothing going on there. All right, there we go. Annie's starting to push back up. They are doing a merger. My sleep schedule is crazy. Once again, I'm not just a day trader of the stock market. I edit and do all the thumbnails and do all the SEO research, and I do everything for both of the channels and now the website. I don't like how that's pushing down right there, but man, I trade cryptos. There's a lot of stuff that I'm constantly doing. So my sleep schedule, I'm trying to get on a better schedule, but it never works. Every time I get on a schedule, something happens and just messes up my whole schedule for today. Happened yesterday, happened this morning. That's why the live stream was late. That's part of being a business owner and an entrepreneur, though. You got to start when you start off as a small business and it's only you. Of course, I've got Hal, thank God. I got a little help there from him. Well, not a little help. I'm going to give him credit where credit is due. He's done a lot for the channel. But, once we get to a certain point where I can hire more people, then I'll have more time to do things. But that goes back to I'm not just a day trader. So I can't sit here for 8-10 hours like Daniel B's talking about to look at charts. I wouldn't even do that. Taking 8 to 10 hours a day just looking at stock charts when there's 50,000 other ways to make money out there during that time that much time is a waste of time. There's no reason why you need to look at stock charts for 8 to 10 hours a day. I look at not just stock charts. I look at charts in general probably about 3 to 4 hours a day spread out throughout the day. Because what happens, if I'm not day trading, if I'm just looking at stuff like the cryptos and all that, what happens right now in 30 minutes could be totally different. So whatever you watched right now, and then it goes 30 minutes later and it's a whole different chart pattern now. I mean, what did you learn in that empty 30 minutes? You probably didn't learn much other than the chart pattern change. Maybe there was a trend reversal or something, but you can see that it doesn't take 8 to 10 hours to figure out where a trend reversal is coming. Telling you, day trading is great. I love day trading. I'll always be a day trader, but I am not just that. I refuse to put myself in a box under one stream of income. I'm a guy who wants to do all types of things. All right, let's see what else. Let's see. Hold on, you guys are talking a lot. What do you mean, Daniel B? If you are nice, then other people think you are dumb? See, that comment right there proves everything I said about psychology earlier. He is so desperate for attention and he's so worried about what other people think about him that he's afraid to look dumb if he's afraid to look dumb if he's nice. That is insanity. I try to be as nice as I can, and I'll tell you right now, I don't give a shit what people think about me. Do you see my hair? You see how stupid this hair looks? You think I give two shits about what anybody thinks about me? And I'm one of the nicest people in the world. I try to be anyway. All right, anyway, let's see. It's just, you know, pointing that out. Ruben, I appreciate that. I may need some help, so stick around. Yeah, DB trades like 20,000. There's one life. So, Orlando, I get what you're saying. You're like, who do I know who the correct people are and all of that. The correct people are the ones who are not trying to sell you anything. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't try to sell anything. Jesse Livermore, I'm pretty sure, probably sells courses. If you are successful, why do you need to sell people things? This dude's dead. He committed suicide by gunshot. So, he died. Yeah, I don't know that much about Jesse Livermore because he died in 1940, I think it just said. So his knowledge, while they consider him a legendary day trader, this is like I told somebody the other day. You got people right now who are getting rich in the stock market with no experience buying garbage meme stocks and Dogecoin and stuff like that. The stock market is not the same as it was before. The stock market has changed drastically since he died. He may have some stuff to learn from, but we are not in the world that we were in when those traders were trading. It's like somebody the other day who owns an investment firm. He was talking to me about some trading and some other people, and he threw in. He said, I've been in an investing firm. I've owned an investment firm for a long time. If that helps with any information, and I was like, well, what is that experience going to do for you when there's high schoolers right now who are making $1 million off of AMC and Dogecoin? We're not in the same markets as we used to be. Robert Kiyosaki understands that. I understand that. Peter Schiff understands that. Anybody who understands economics knows that things are not the way they used to be. And there's information to learn, of course, from anybody in history. There's always stuff to learn. I don't like the way this is starting to wick out here. Fell in the break over this downtrend. But anyway, like I was saying, if you're interested in learning Jesse Livermore stuff, go ahead and do it. I'm not saying don't go read his whatever information he's got out there. From what I saw, there's a bunch of information that other traders have took from him and they're sharing it. But once again, it boils down to this. Every person is different. Every individual is different. Okay? You can learn and read all the books and knowledge and all that stuff that you want. Let's say you learn and read and research for 60 years. But you never take a trade. Well, what did all that learning do for you? It did nothing. It was a waste of time because you did not act on the knowledge you learned. So you got to act. Like sitting around for a year reading books about day trading and all of that is not good advice. That's terrible advice. You're not going to learn anything by reading books because you're not going to know. You read the book, you're going to be like, okay, I see all this stuff that he's saying, but now how does that apply to the actual live trading when I'm in the moment trading? When I'm looking at a stock, I'm not thinking, oh, and Robert Kiyosaki doesn't even trade stocks at all. He's not even a stock investor. Let me clarify that. He's an entrepreneur. Because there's a point I'm trying to get you guys to understand that One Life and Daniel B refuse to understand. It's about more than one income stream. Like, you can be a day trader, but you need to have other things. If you're just a day trader, you're going to be paying the full amount of capital gains taxes on your taxes. If you've got a business like I do and you're a day trader, you can offset those capital gains taxes with losses and advertising and investments into the business. See, Daniel B., if you trade all year, and that's all your income is, and you make $50,000 in a year, let's say, well, you're going to have to pay capital gains tax on that, and you're going to end up with only $25,000 a year. Now, let's say if I trade and made $50,000 in a year, I would end up with $50,000 because I would offset all of my taxes with the business. See, it's not as straightforward as, oh, I can be a trader, I can read candlesticks and trade. It's not, that's going to get you down a rabbit hole of stubbornness and hard-headedness like Daniel B, that will never allow you to become more than just a trader. Because the systems that are in place now, again, are different than the systems that were in place when Jesse Livermore was alive. The whole tax system has changed. The currency has changed. The currency is no longer on the gold standard. So it's all these other factors that people who might have been good traders then might not last a day in the stock market now. So you can learn from what they did there and then, but we're in a different time now. We're in a time where this is uncharted territory. The only thing you can go off of is past cycles. And all the cycles that we are coming to an end on are all the ones that lead to America falling and the American dollar falling and a new world reserve currency taking over. So if you're not getting money from other places, like if all you're doing is keeping cash because you're a day trader and you just got cash in your account and the US dollar drops to, pennies or whatever, well, all your day trading experience, all your learning, all those books you read, all those trades you took don't mean shit now because you don't have any money. You lost all your money because all you did was just day trade and kept cash in your account. That is not going to, that you're not going to survive in this world like that. This world is still survival of the fittest, and it hasn't changed, and it's more than just these damn candles on a chart. Okay, there's more to it than that. So capital gains will be up to 50% soon. Did you not realize they slipped a bunch of capital gains tax stuff in the infrastructure bill that they just passed, or that's about to be, well, it passed the House, but it's about to be up for vote here, I think today maybe. But if that passes, capital gains tax is going to go up on everybody. Don't let them fool you. So my wife loves your hair because I ain't got much. Listen, this is all hidden hair. I don't got much left either. I'm hiding it all. I'm hiding all the bald spot, man. Exactly, Matrix. What's the point of trading if the government is taking half? You got it. You got it. That's the point. That's the point I'm making. When Jesse Livermore was trading, when Warren Buffett was trading back in the day, which Warren Buffett is not, like they call him the greatest investor of all time. He was the greatest insurance company investor of all time. But like even from when Warren Buffett was trading in his younger days to now, he's made terrible decisions the last 2 years. Like he dumped American Airlines when it was super low, and of course it shot right back up. Like he's not been making, he's worth billions, so it doesn't matter if he makes a bad investment decision. It's like whatever. He's only investing 10% of his money in there. But you can't just look at it as just day trading. You have to have a plan to take on this world that we are in. And just day trading alone is not going to do it. you have to be able to play this broken system. And that means you have to understand the broken system. That 9 is still trying to hold. If that 9 can hold here, I don't like that the 10 just crossed over the 40 DMA, but it could pop back up. Let's see. DTST I was looking at, but I started off my day on a stupid note, so I think your swim having a little glitch. Kind of screwed up my thoughts, but I'm just in Annie right now, looking for this bounce off of $9 that it's not gotten yet. It's tried to push up there a little bit, but I want to see it test 10. It may not be able to test 10 today. This is a pretty big move, and this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles in a day. But that's why you got, but like I was saying, Matrix, that's why you got to have some type of business. Even if they don't change it, which more than likely it's supposed to be changed in that infrastructure bill, even if they don't change it, it's still like 35% or something like that. You're still paying. I mean, first off, why are we paying capital gains tax anyway? This is our trading, our investing, and the government wants to take minimum of 20%. That's insane to me. That is absolutely insane. They did not do anything to earn that. You know, it's just crazy. So you have to play the system, like I said, and if you have a business, then you can offset those taxes. Start a real debate. Can I elaborate on the broken system? Yeah, so shit, I actually got to go here soon. I just now realized. But real quick, I'll go over this, what I mean by a broken system. What I mean by the broken system is, first, with the government, I don't care what side you're on, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, whatever, it doesn't matter. The government has spent way more money than they can ever pay back. $30 trillion can never be paid back because the interest rates being that if the interest rates rise any at all, then that will offset their ability to pay off the debt because that means they're going to have to pay more in interest. So the Federal Reserve controls interest rates, controls the stock market, controls a lot of pieces of the economic pie. They control the currency. They can add to the US dollar money supply. That is not at all a legitimate system of supply and demand. It's not based on anything. It's humans with some power over the system able to change it to whatever they want to when they want to. And that is why you see the giant gaps in equality between the poor and the rich and the middle class getting more and more poor. They've took personal finance out of all the schools and economics. People don't learn about none of this stuff. So most people getting out of school, you're taught the whole time through school to go into college. You go into college. Who benefits off of school? The government, because if it's a public school, it's a government-funded school, so they make any money off of it. If it is a college, you get student loans, usually from the government. That's more money they make off of it. They want you to go to college. College prices have been shooting up because the government has not done anything to stop that from pushing up. All they did is add in bills and legislation and regulations that allow for companies to do the opposite of what the free market would allow. So we don't have a free market system. We have a rigged system, and it's rigged by the people in power. And that's why I say when they're trying to take on Wall Street, the Wall Street bets, apes, and all that, they're fighting a losing battle because the money they're fighting against is the money that can literally change the rules at any time they feel like it. So you've got to learn, what are they doing? Because whatever they're doing to make all their money is legal because they made the rules. So if you figure out what they're doing, then you can follow their steps and you can be successful in this broken system. Now, if you never learn that knowledge and all you do is sit on your phone and play Melon Ninja or whatever those things are, the one where you chop the melons, yeah, you're going to be poor because you didn't learn how to take advantage of the system that they made for themselves. It's not like they made an exclusive system. Everybody can use it. They just made it to where everybody else doesn't know it. And then they made it super complicated to learn. It shouldn't take, like if you buy a house, it shouldn't take a month to buy a house. It takes a month to go through all that paperwork and sometimes longer. Sometimes it takes months before you can close on a house. Why? There's blockchain companies right now, crypto lenders, that will let you buy houses with Bitcoin. And you can go get a loan of Bitcoin from a DeFi platform that takes this quick. You go get a loan from a bank right now, it's going to take a week. Get a loan from crypto DeFi platform, it's like that. It's instant. Same thing with whatever I was saying a minute ago, although the mortgage, you could easily cut out all of that. So the systems are purposely made difficult so people don't understand them. But if you do understand them, then you will be successful. Because let's be honest, it's not about making money. Nobody wants US dollars. You think you want US dollars, but you don't. As soon as you get US dollars, what do you do with them? You buy food, you buy drinks, you buy your pet's food, you buy whatever you need. If you invest, then you put some of that in stocks or bonds or gold or cryptos. But nobody's just sitting around keeping dollars. If they are, then they don't have any idea that the dollars are worthless. The dollars are nothing. So there's a lot, like I said, you basically got to learn what they've done. And that's the difference. That's why I say the people in the past, did not live in this time and in this system right now. So their knowledge is going to be somewhat valuable, but it's not going to be the same as this because the situation is different. You know, a trader who's been trading during an up market, a bull market for his whole career is not going to know what to do in an all of a sudden pandemic when COVID hits and drops the stock market because everybody freaks out. If you've never been in that situation, you're like, but see, the stock market has never been, hit by something like COVID at a time where the stock market has been inflated since 2008. You can go look this up. They've been doing quantitative easing, which is the money printing and investing in the economy and the stock market. They've been doing that since 2008. So we are in the biggest bubble ever. There's never been a bubble bigger than what we are in this economy. And it's not just a bubble in the stock market. It's a bubble all the way around on everything. So people in the past who've never lived through that type of bubble, which is nobody, because this is the first time, this is uncharted territories, there's nothing to look at the past and be able to know other than, well, what did you do when it got kind of sketchy? But we're talking about a bubble so big. I mean, people were jumping out of their Wall Street offices windows in 2008, killing themselves because of that little drop. what's coming is going to be way bigger than the 2008 crash. And the reason the Feds can't change anything, they can't stop printing money at this point. They've printed and printed and printed. All they can do is continue to keep printing. It's only a matter of time. So that's the thing. Like, you've got to understand all of this. And it seems like a lot because I rant a lot about it. But take what I'm saying and go do a little bit of research, and you'll start to see all the pieces of the picture will come together, and you'll understand what I'm talking about if you don't right now. But there's a lot of hoodoo, and don't listen to mainstream media. Mainstream media works for the government. They work for the major corporations that are in control of the government, which people like to blame that on free market. It's not. The corporations like Amazon and Facebook and all of them that got as big as they did not get as big as they did in a free market. They got as big as they did in a heavily regulated market by the government that allowed them to do the things that they have done and stifled all other competition. So if we were in regular times, if we were in the same similar times as when Jesse Livermore was alive, or back in the day when Warren Buffett was a young gun firing, then yeah, that stuff could help you. But none of that stuff's going to help you with what's coming. You've got to actually learn the laws of supply and demand, law of cycles, learn the cycles, and learn the difference between value and currency. Value and currency. There is no value in the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar just transfers value. Nobody wants dollars. All right, I got to get going here. Of course, One Life and Daniel B disagree with me, and that is because they don't understand what I'm talking about. Have a good day, Lori. No, I don't. I wouldn't say life is a scam altogether. We're not. I mean, if you want to go be a hobo and do nothing, you absolutely can. Or if you want to go live out in an area where there's nobody else and you're free to do what you want, you absolutely can. But if you want to get ahead in this world, then you got to realize what is going on in this world, because it's not. Everything's not all peaches and rainbows. Maybe I want to do some crypto streams this week. I'm also looking at a new platform that I got on. It's a platform in China. But yeah, I got to get going here, guys. If you want, I can leave the stream up for a little bit and come back in a little bit. Come camp. Daniel B., I'm from Tennessee. You don't think that I've been camping and been in the wilderness and all of that? I was born and raised in Tennessee. If we go camping, then you might not come back. No problem, Matrix. It is what it is. That information, all this is how the world works. You know, the mainstream media, all they do is lie. So you start following the money on everything. Like if you apply your stock research, your due diligence to the stuff I'm talking about, the economic systems and all of this, you will come to the same exact conclusion that I have. There's no other conclusion to come to. like, like, go look, see what happens. But all right, guys, I gotta get going. Um, I'm gonna keep holding this for now because it looks pretty good, making a nice little U shape there. And I'll let you guys know how it goes in the last rip tonight with HH. Leave it up so you can talk trash to One Life and DB. All right, I'll leave the stream up for you guys then. I'm going to turn my camera off and my mic off so that way. So you guys, if you want to hang out for a little while, because I know I was late to the stream. All right. It's not a may or may not happen thing, One Life. You can't continue to print money and expect the money to not become valueless. That has happened in multiple other countries. It'll be the same with the U.S. U.S. doesn't get a pass. All right, guys. I'm going to leave the stream up for you guys. When I get back, we'll see where this is at. I actually probably should put a stop loss in here. Yeah, we'll put it right there. It looks like a good spot. Oh, I don't have my phone with me if I need to lock out, but it's moving kind of slow at the moment. Let's see, 891. It's at bottom. And then I may be able to hop back on here in a little bit, so we'll see. All right, guys. Be back in a little bit. You guys have fun. It'll be about probably 30 minutes before I'm able to get back on here, so check it out. And you know what? I might do some crypto trading a little bit when I get back, too. We might pull up, well, I got to move some funds over, but that doesn't take that long. So, all right, I'll be right back, guys, in a little bit. All right, I am back. Annie putting in some work here, testing that $10. Yeah, J Krat's perfect explanation there. Entries and exits are very important. Extremely important. That's why I say buy near support, sell near resistance. I'll take that out. Let's look at this on the 15-minute. Go ahead and take that off. Yeah, this looks great on the 15-minute. Bouncing off at 10 adaptive. If it can break 10 here, we should start to see it move. By looking like it's going to start dropping. Wow, reading some of these headlines is pretty sad. Let's pull up Trading View here. See what's going on over there while Annie is testing the $10 area here. I would say we're probably going to get a move. Another leg up here. See where the tops of those bodies at 10-11. So you can see right there is some resistance. So we need a break over 10-11 and hold that as support. And yeah, you see 10-11. We're having a lot of issues right there. You see these 14%. Crypto market having a little bit of pullback this morning after the massive run. Oh yeah, on several cryptos last night. Well, you know, I don't live in Texas, so I really don't care what's going on in Texas. Just like I don't live in California, I really don't care what's going on in California. Let's see if we can break 1025 next. That's where the next leg up will be. We're just so high up. I mean, I don't know. Really how much further this can go, especially today. But we'll see. Look, this candle's still having trouble with that 10-11 even after pushing up there. This candle's fixing to close in 45 seconds. It's going to close right below. Unless it can push back up. But this is a nice little U shape. And then we get 1024. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like we're going to close below it. It's trying to push back up a little, but struggling here on this candle. 1005 is holding as some support, though. Maybe it is going to close over it. Close right at it. Now let's see if this should be a push up on this candle. Like we see this candle push for a new high. Unless it indecisions right here, and then it'll depend on the next candle, but yeah, well, this is another example of why government regulation is, if we're supposed to be free, then we should all be free to make our own choices. When government starts taking away the choices. Ooh, that was an ugly little drop there. So rejection there is trying to push back up, though. But what Texas is doing is no different than what the whole entire country is doing right now. Forcing people to put something in their body is the same as forcing people to take something that, or not letting people, it's every individual's body. I think every individual should have their own say over their own body. But government on all sides right now doesn't really care about that. Not really cared about that for a long time. So but that's just my thoughts. I especially don't want to listen to a government that, we just saw people hanging on the side of an airplane to try to escape their country because of what our government interference has done the past 20 years. Like, I don't, like, there's, try to think of name one thing that the government has done that's good for the people in the past, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years. No, this ain't going to 30, man. Looks like we may start dropping here if it doesn't get back over 10 on this candle. Yeah, but it shouldn't even be a wedge point. Why does the government get to decide for people what they do? With their. But that abortion's such a hard. It's one of those things where it's like there's not a clear. It's not a clear area because then the parent is deciding to abort the kid. The kid doesn't really get any choice. So, but then at the same time, I mean, you force your kids to go to school, they don't get a choice. But then at the same time, like there's just a lot to it, and it's not really. It's just one of those discussions and debates that I don't think the government should be involved in at all. That should just be one of those things that people make on their own as a decision. Because every individual situation is different. Like, how do you put a blanket policy on something where literally every single person is different? You know, their situation is different. Yeah. Well, anything to do with the medical field and the government, behind the scenes, whatever the front page news story is not the story. Whatever the inside scoop, whatever the money, wherever that's going to in that bill, because there's going to be some money for some reason for somewhere that's being pushed around. That's the part that you need to find out. Because, like Jay Kratz is saying, it's all this stuff. It's like perfect timing. Like, all of a sudden, the whole Afghanistan thing happened, which has got people distracted. They're focused on that. And now we've got the Texas abortion ban happening or whatever. And people are focused on that. All the meanwhile, other things are happening that people aren't paying attention to, and this is what I was saying earlier when I was talking about all the different things going on. There's the dollar index. The dollar's still crashing. It's down to 92 now. It tried to rebound, but pulling back. And let me see. Gold and silver still about the same area they are, but the dollar's still pulling back. So can we break 1050 here? Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's a crazy sounding bill. I haven't looked at it. Like I said, I really don't care what happens in Texas. I don't live there. So, like, honestly, that's kind of what I believe politically, is that the federal government should be a very tiny little thing that does not interfere with the states, and the states should make up their laws according to the people within their states. And if you don't like something in your state, you just move. Very nice push so far, getting pushed up to 11 just about. Do I want to see if it's going to break 11 or not? Good, strong increase in buying volume. Because if everybody who agreed with everybody moved to the states where they all agreed, then they could do whatever the hell they want. And then if they screw it up, they screw it up, and then they've got to fix it. That's the way I look at it. Like, California is super screwed up right now. So is New York. But they voted for the people they put in who screwed it up. So it's on them. Just like our government right now. Like, I blame the government for a lot of things, but in reality, we put these people in. And the ignorance of people in the United States is part of the reason why we're here. There's not even like stupid ignorance. It's a distracted ignorance. There's so many things that distract us all the time. I mean, a new Marvel movie's coming out. Jake Paul is fighting Floyd Mayweather. You know, Eminem's got a beef with some new rapper. The politicians are fighting over whatever, Afghanistan. Like, there's just so many distractions that keep us ignorant to what is really going on. Oh, we're starting to break over 11. Very nice. Can we see a big parabolic move on this? Still testing 11 though. Still getting hung up here. Well, pushing back above it again. Yeah, I'm gonna hold for a little bit here. Maybe not. It's coming back down below 11 again. Got a lot of time on this candle. There's a big seller in there at 11.90. Oh, never mind. He just got taken out. Or he took his order out one. Yeah, we could pull back down to that 1036 at that 10 adaptive. I don't know. It's a little sketchy right now. It looks like it wants to dump, but buyers still keep trying to push it up and hold it up. Yeah, see 1075 holding in support again there. Big sellers at 1085. Let's see if they get taken out or not. So we're right now. Big buyer coming in at 1080. Yeah, we got quite a tug of war going on here. Woof! Another big buyer just filled 2,000. Actually, I'm sorry, 20,000 shares. Took out all the sellers. Oh yeah, very nice move. Very nice push back above 11 there. If this candle can close above 11, we got a minute left. That'll be a pretty bullish sign. If it can close with momentum upward. rat race publications. Yeah, yeah. I don't even want the government paying for my health care. I don't want them involved in it at all. They've been involved in it for years, and it's all screwed up. Like, it drives me nuts that you can only pick an insurance company that is in your district. Let's see. Like, and every district has like 2 or 3 insurance companies. There's no competition, so they can charge whatever they want. It just needs to come back up and turn green. Right now we've got an indecision candle here, so if this starts pushing down any more red, then we could see a big drop. If it pushes up green, we'll see the breakout. So we are leaning red at the moment at 1075, trying to hold up. Like, healthcare is the only thing in our economy where you don't know what you're paying until after you get the service. Like, that is insanity. There's not a menu of prices or anything. You just, oh well, you got to go to the doctor, so you just go, and then you'll get a bill, 3 weeks later for whatever they decide to charge you and charge your insurance. Oh, this is very close to dropping, but still holding on. We can get a push back to 11 on this candle. No, I'm not swinging my position in one life. You're crazy. I'm just holding it to try to get this, get a little bit more profit in it. I'm already happy that I'm back green on the day after the Thinkorswim shitbotchery that happened. There we go. Let's see. Can you break that 1125? See, now we're starting to get now we've got the indecision candle, and we're starting to get that green bullish candle. So if this can close like this, this will be a bullish engulfing, and we would see that 1125. It may even break the 1125 before. Well, yep, there it goes. As I was saying it. So very nice. We're going to make another leg up here. We may get held up at 1150. But let's see. I'm going to take a 10 piece off here. I got 30 shares left. Just in case we get a hard rejection at 1150, because we are up so high, we don't know where the big rejection could come at. It could come at 1150, it could be 1125 that it's kind of struggling with right at the moment. It could be 15, who knows? We don't have any past chart history. All we have is trader psychology and natural support and resistance lines, which are every 25 cents. So we're trying to build new support at 11.25. If we can build that new support there, then we could see this push back up to 11.50. It's not breaking out as hard as I'd like to see it break out. I mean, we're getting a nice breakout, but I'm looking for the big boy candle with a halt or something. There we go, breaking over 11.50. We should hit 11.75. We got close. We hit 11.65. There we go. Oh, breaking over. Okay, yeah. So we are getting held up at 11.75 momentarily. See if it can hold there for a minute, and then we can see it push up to 12. I am going to take another 10 piece off here. So now I got 20 left. Just in case it gets rejected. Here we go. We're pushing up that 12 now. And we're going to break 12. It looks like we're going to hang out here around 12 for a minute. Testing at 11.75 as support. Testing 12 as resistance. Buying still increasing. We're probably... I don't know. Let's see, we got plenty of time on this candle. Now it's starting to come down. I was going to say, if it can hold 11.75 and push back up to 12, I think it'll break. Yeah, it's still holding 11.75. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's see if we hit 12 or not. So we didn't touch 12 that time. So we need to touch that 12. Touching 12 and taking out some sellers there will show some buying, but instead we're coming back down to 11.75. This candle's got 2 minutes. Making sure that stuff ain't screwed up like it was yesterday. I do not want to have that happen again. All right, so far we're holding up 11.75. Well, we just got to quit testing it. We're testing the support. We need to be testing 12. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. We're going to see this 12 touch. Ugh. Still, again, I don't like that it's... Ooh, now it's starting to pull it back all the way to 11.50. I don't like that it's getting... It's not making it to 12. I'm not seeing any 12s on the ask. So that means no buyers was willing to go up to $12 on this. At least at that time period. Now buyers are willing to buy it at this 1175 area, and they're definitely willing to buy it at 1150. That dropped down to 1150 and got bought back up really quick. So we need to see, for this momentum to continue, we got to see buyers who are willing to pay $12 for this. We got a lot of people willing to sell at $12, but nobody wanting to buy yet. Yeah, seller's still trying to bring it down. I'm sure there's shorters in this too. As high as this is up, I actually think some of those big orders that we saw come through on the bid were shorters covering. Now we're starting to crack a little bit. If buyers are still willing to come in at these areas, then we'll be okay. But if they're not, if they stop coming in, and like we need to see, let's see, did we drop below that candle? Yeah, we did barely. Okay, buyers are willing to buy it off 1125, but they're not. They stopped buying at 1150. So let's see if it can push back up. We got 2 minutes and a half on this candle. Still a lot of time. I don't like that it's dropped below the bottom of this candle though. Okay, now it just got pushed up. We want that body to be higher. I don't like the wick being thrown down there, but as long as the body is higher than this bottom of this green body, then it'll be okay. Or it could be okay. I don't want to say it will be okay. So we gotta decide, is this a breather candle like this candle, or is this the start of a trend reversal? Let me pop over the 15 minutes, see how we're looking there. I'm getting close to locking out the rest of this. Actually on the 15 we're still way above the adaptive. The adaptive is at 11. So on the 15-minute chart, we are still pretty bullish. Looks like we may be trying to make a consolidation here between that 11.25 and 12 possibly. Let's pop back over the 5-minute. And see, buyers pushed it back up to 11.50, and buyers are stacking at 11.50, so they're still buying. Buyers are still wanting this. Well, this is gonna be sketchy. This candle is really sketching me out. Got 14 seconds for it to close. Alright, if this candle starts dropping, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. Don't know where I got out at. Oh, I got out at 11:13. So $73 win there. That puts me green on the day. Puts me what, $31? Was I grunting? I grunt and make lots of weird noise. I'm weird, alright? Leave me alone. Don't judge me. Yeah, exactly. It's my trade like this is my trademark like Master P. I get in that winning trade and I'm like, nah 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 nah. But took 3 trades today. 1 trade successful, the other 2 trades losses, and I'm in the green, positive. One out of 3 trades and still positive. So that is the importance of keeping your stop losses, or maybe not stop losses, but your losses, keeping your losses small, and trying to let the big boys run when they can. We're starting to get into a little hotter market than we were in. We were in a real choppy market there for a while where we were not getting a whole lot of big rips, but now this whole week we've seen big rips every day, and it seems like, and like I've been saying, it's that time of year anyway where the low float penny stocks start to get hot, so you can hold your positions a little bit longer in a hot market like this. And I don't mean hold down for losses. I'm saying if you're in a trade and it's going up, maybe lock out some of it on the way at the place you have been locking out, but then let some of it run like I did there, or I tried to do there. I locked in half of the position at the top and then had that 20 shares left. So if it would have continued to run, then I would have been able to capitalize on that extra run there and still be in the profit. But yeah, there's that pullback. And did everybody understand the price action I was talking about during this candle, where I was saying people need to be buying at 11, that we want to see people want to buy it at 11.50, and we want to see people buy it at 12, but they never come up to 12? You can see it pulling back now. And it could continue to run the rest of the day after a pullback. But I was not going to hold it any longer. I mean, I'm happy to be green on the day after the way today started out. I was ready to, oh, whew, boy, after I got filled that other extra 100 shares I didn't order. I actually want to watch that footage back, because yesterday I know what happened. I fixed it as soon as well, not as soon as it happened, but I fixed it and saw where the TIF had somehow reset. But today, I don't have any idea how I got that other 100 shares, because when it filled that order, I was over here. I was over here in this corner messing with the charts and stuff, so I don't know. KPIT is running. What is KPIT? That doesn't, that's not a correct symbol, or it's a crypto or something other than a stock. Thank you, One Life, for the compliment. I appreciate that. So I am green on the week. Still a little red. Still a bit red from last week, but so far, I mean, I'm not very green on the week, but I would rather be a little bit green than not green at all. So we'll see what happens tomorrow on Friday. I would expect probably tomorrow to be hot again. Ooh, look at that sell-off on the DIA. So that's part of why Annie started selling off. I mean, Annie did just hit a pretty big resistance line, but you can see the DIA just starting to dump already. Yeah, look at the market turning more red. See the SPY dump too. Yeah, look at the SPY having some little sell-offs. No, I shouldn't say dumps, but little sell-offs. Oh, hold on. There we go. I was looking at the wrong side of the chart. But still, same thing, still dumping. The DIA looks rougher, though, than the SPY. So let's see. YVR did finally make a move. This wasn't much of a move for that low float. It only broke that 2 and ran up to 227, so that was a sad move. And he's trying to hold up that 40 DMA there. Oh. And yeah, and I am still mad about getting wicked out on this when this continued to run. My swing trade BLIN, it's actually looking not bad there. It's come down, curling right off of that. I'm going to add 10 shares to it. Bring my average down a little more. Where's that other swing trade watch? Yeah, Wafu's still having trouble. God, socket chart's so crazy. Yeah, socket's probably got a couple of weeks. ATC, that was still climbing. KPLT. Oops, KPLT. Yeah, it's making a nice run. It's not on my watch list because it's below all these EMAs. It's got a gap to fill, though. Breaking over 6, it could fill this gap. Well, the 50-day is right at 720, 715. But you can see there's already selling pressure getting close to that area. 650 is a lot of selling pressure, apparently, as it is getting slammed down here. but that 50-day is ahead of it, so you got a ceiling there. And then if it did break that, it could fill the gap up to $7.96, maybe $8, but you're going to run into resistance there. And then if it does break $8, you're going to have more resistance at 9, and then 9.50, and then of course 10. It's just a lot of resistance, in the 200 days at 10.99. Like, you just have so many ceilings that this has to break through for it to really run. And it could, but I just don't like trading anything that's below the EMAs, because this is still considered bearish. Even though it's popping up here intraday and it's been climbing up, it's still bearish below the 50 and the 200. So yeah, look at that. It got to 642, didn't even get near 650, and got slammed back down. Now it is holding right now, so it could continue to climb, but you're just going to be running into a lot of resistance. KPLT 20 million. So it is low float enough. With enough buy-in volume, it could break through all of these resistance lines, but you got to think of it like I don't know, like a let's say you're Johnny Knoxville, and the goal today is to try to bounce off of a trampoline and break as many wood boards ahead above you as you can with your head. So when you jump the first time, you're not going to reach the boards. You got to get momentum, so you go down and then you jump again, and you may just tap the board. You may go a little higher, tap the board with your head, come back down again, and then bounce up again. You've got that nice momentum, so you break one board with your head, and that's going to slow you down a little bit, but you're still bouncing, so you break another board with your head. By the time you get to that third or fourth board, you're probably going to be bleeding out of the side of your head. And that's exactly what this is going to be like by the time it gets to $10. If it does run and pushes through all of those boards, all of those ceilings, then by the time it gets up here, it's going to be bleeding out the side of its head. And that's why I don't like to trade stocks under the EMAs like this, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, there is profits to gain on it, but at this point, if you wasn't in for this rip, there's multiple entries that you could have took on this already to get into it. One would have been right here, been this little U shape. You get a little pop up, then a bounce off the 200, and this is exactly what I was just talking about with the ceiling and the board. So that was basically the $5 area. Get one little jump off the trampoline, off the support. We barely touch our heads on it. Come back down, jump up again. We break through it. Then we hit our heads on another one. There's another board higher at 550, because remember, every 25 cents is support and resistance. That's a crooked line, but anyway, bouncing up there, hitting your head off of it. Pulling back down, bouncing up again, still can't break it. And also we know too, this $6 area is the start of where the gap would be. So we have to break that 6. So that's 550's having trouble. We did get over the 6. And then we just kind of, was recovering right there because we bashed our head open, not able to get through that ceiling. So we just kind of like just lightly bouncing, like recovering. So then we've bailed up for a nice momentum again. And we take that one big jump and get a nice bounce up there. But that would have been an entry at that U shape. You could have took an entry on this dip here off of the VWAP. I wouldn't have touched it through here. You could have took an entry on the break of this U shape. We're starting to see like this kind of consolidation triangle form, a little position there. And then another area would have been into this U shape with it coming down. So at this point, I wouldn't personally. Just not something I like to trade. Hopefully that made sense. I'm working on the way I explain things. CTRM. So you can see it's trying to build. So that whole trampoline metaphor like I was talking about, it's trying to do it right now with 650. The 650 ceiling is there. Shot up that first time, didn't quite touch it. Bouncing off the trampoline again, and we didn't touch it again. So if we don't ever touch that 650, if we don't ever touch that board, we're not going to break that board. We're going to end up selling off. Oh yeah, nice move on. Oh, never mind. That was the old chart. CTRM is Castor Maritime. Having a little 10-cent dump there, but did have a nice slow climb up today. Small little move up. This is, I'm pretty sure, let's see, Castor, yeah, 93 million shares, so that's why it moves a little bit slower, but giving back all of its gains almost. Oh, it's stuck in. I see what's going on. It's stuck between the 50 and the 10-day right now. It needs to break over 250, and then it can start moving again. This 250 is very strong resistance on CTRM. Right there. But it does look like it's trying to make a double bottom, so if it can break that 250, it could continue to climb. Doesn't have the 200 until all the way up at 430. It just needs bigger volume. Yeah, so see again, KPLT jumped up there, hit its head, couldn't break that resistance. Third jump up there, and it's starting to bleed out the side of its head. It's very close to dumping hard here. If it drops below that wick right there at 592, it'll probably dump back. And it just did it too, right as I was saying. I was about to say it'll jump down probably this 575. But anytime a stock is under all indicators, or at least the 50 and the 200, the 10-day is not as big a deal. But below the 50 and the 200, the stock is going to be bearish. And even when it does get a pop up, it's going to struggle. It's going to struggle with every resistance line, every single ceiling. Whereas Annie didn't have any previous ceilings at all. You know, you look back at the chart, there's nothing back here. This is all wide open. So every 25 cents on Annie is support and resistance if the buyers and sellers decide it. But every resistance line that was natural, like $10 is usually a really strong natural resistance line. And it broke right through it. Now it's trying to hold $10 as support. So that's a strong sign. If $10 could hold, Annie could continue to climb today. It only broke 250 a couple of times. Yeah, that 250 is tough on CTRM. It's got to break that if it's going to move. Until then, it's just going to stay right there around it, or maybe under $2. I'm not that familiar with that stock and how it moves. All right, DTST. This is a head and shoulders pattern. You got a head here Wish I had a drawing tool where I could actually draw on Thinkorswim. There's not an actual drawing tool. That's alright, we'll use the oval. How's the damn oval work? There we go. So dash your head. This looks like Hey Arnold, but that is your head there. And then this would be a shoulder, and then this is a shoulder, and you're going to get the following arm up, but on this side it'll be an arm down. So it looks like a little guy with a body. Shoulders, shoulders, neck, head. So this is more than likely about to sell off. Unless it holds above 5. If it can hold above 5 and break back up above 530-ish, 540-ish, it could then break out of the head and shoulders pattern. It's actually a tricky one because this also could be considered a triangle too. Now, looks like a head and shoulders though. I don't know. It could go either way because you can draw a triangle on this too. If it can hold up $5, could lead to a triangle breakout. If it can't hold up $5, it's just gonna dump. I don't think Annie will run the 20 tomorrow. I think after this big run today, Annie's going to have a pullback. Hold on, just. Oh, this dog. Well, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I got to get some food in me. I have not ate today, and it's 1 o'clock already. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. We'll be back tonight with the last rip. We'll see how HH did, if he was able to trade at any point today or not. I did hear from him. He's fine. He just doesn't have power. So, or at least last time I talked to him, he didn't have power. But yeah, you guys stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time.